Hello again, everybody. This is Tuffy here, and we are gonna do a 8-man instead of the usual 2-man videos that I've been doing. So let's go ahead and start with this. We are on the play in round 1. Also, this would be a daily event video, except that I missed the daily event by a couple hours. So blame an amazing barbecue for that. But anyways, let's go ahead and get down to business. Alright, so this hand is pretty good against aggro, which, like I've said in past videos, most of the time you're going to be playing against aggro. Against control, it's decent, but not the greatest. Generally, I'm always fearing kind of like getting my messenger on turn 3 countered by control, because that's what usually happens. But yeah, so also having, mutilate against mutilate's pretty much just a card that you're not going to play against control decks. Doomblade's fine, but you never really want to start with like 2 in your opener. So also another tool that I actually find useful is using a website called MTG Stats. I generally just do it for daily event opponents, but you can use them in 2-man matches, you can use them in 8-mans, whatever, you just go to mtgstats.com, you search their name, and sometimes you might be able to find like a tournament that they recently cashed in with whatever deck they're playing. So also their past decks that they played, in like, even a few months ago, if they played some kind of aggro deck, generally they're probably an aggro player, so you can figure out what exactly they're playing that way, or have a general idea. In my first video that I was actually recording for you guys, it was a daily event, but the quality was really bad. I found out after I recorded all the matches, and but in the video, I MTG Stats one of my opponents, and he ended up being he ended up playing a deck a while back. It was like green-red back in March, and so I was like, well, most likely he's an aggro player, so I mulliganed a hand that was good against control, but really like bad against green-red aggro, and I mulliganed into a good hand against green-red aggro, and he ended up being the green-red aggro player. So I kind of felt good about that decision I made, but I mean, like, sometimes you're gonna miss on it, so it's not something you really want to put all of your faith into, but it is something that can be pretty useful. So it looks like we're playing against the green-white like aura deck. They're still the Bant. Oh, this is not good. We're probably gonna lose here. We actually just have no answers for that card. So yep, pretty dead. So we're gonna go ahead and scoop it up to not show him any more cards, since he most likely, well, he could be the Bant version of the deck, but there has been a green-white version running around, so I'm gonna sideboard counter for that. And so, alright, so the good cards are definitely the Edicts. Lifebane Zombies are pretty good too. Duress, obviously. Curse of Death's Hold is pretty good, especially when you're trying to stabilize. So all their 1/1s are pretty dead. It's the same for the Bant version, because they're invisible stalkers. They're basically, all their 1/1s are just poop. So also against this version, I think I actually sideboard the same way. Yeah, I do. Alright. So we bring in 9 cards. We're gonna take out the messengers. They're just way too slow. We're gonna take out Underworld Connections. I kind of like Liliana because it's also an answer for the what is it, Fiendslayer Paladin? Yeah. So I do like that. I like taking out murders, obviously. Our spot removal isn't going to be that good, so maybe we take out a few more pieces of spot removal. Well, I kind of like Tragic Slips because they're mana dorks, so we're going to take out all the Doomblades. Maybe we just leave in... Well, we'll put in a Sever because most likely he's playing oh wow, I'm so bad with card names, and it's late. The awesome 2/2 green-white mythic, just Rex. So yeah. Anyways, I guess we'll go ahead and leave in 1 messenger. Messenger isn't too bad after you stabilize. It's, you know, kind of like a win condition. So we'll go ahead and go with this. I think. Is there anything I'm missing? No, not really. Okay. Yep. We'll go ahead and submit this. We'll definitely play first and definitely keep this hand. This hand is good. I'm going to wait till turn 2 to dress because I want to leave up Tragic Slip just in case he plays a Mana Dork. Well, I guess it's the same thing, but yeah. Also, if I draw like a Sign in Blood or something, I'd rather play that than Duress on turn 2 if I slip his Mana Dork. This is actually one of the harder matchups for this deck because you have to get your Mutilates and your Edict effects. If you don't, then you can really just lose the game. So, alright, so I'm going to dress now, hoping to hit something like a Rancor. That's the #1 card that you want to dress because you want to kill their, obviously you want to kill their creatures, but you don't want them to continuously get Rancor, you know, because that could be pretty threatening if they're in, you know, top deck mode, or, you know, you've exhausted all of your removal or something like that. Spectral Flights. Wow. He kept a... Wait. Alright, so he mulliganed to 5. Okay, that's understandable. Alright, so... Yeah. I think we're pretty well positioned here. So... He basically has to... draw a bunch of questions for us to answer, like, continuously, and the likelihood of that is not very high. Oh, there's another Mutilate. We cannot lose this match now. Yep. Alright. Well, we're never losing here. We have 3 Mutilates and a Tribute. So we can deal with a lot of cards. Like, basically what he has to do here is essentially draw a bunch of enchantments and put them all on one dude, or draw a bunch of dudes and something. I don't know how he can win this, so I wish I could just show my hand and have him scoop, but that's not fun, right? Yeah, this is another reason why I left Liliana in, is because it does answer Fiend Slayer. Otherwise, all we have are Edicts and Mutilates. Um, in the first version of the deck that I made, I actually didn't have any Edict effects, and I only relied on Mutilate in this matchup, and I could not win. And so I changed it up. I put the Underworld Connections main deck, took the Staff of Nin, like the 2 staffs that I had in the main deck, just totally out of the deck. I tried it in the sideboard, but I realized that I should just, you know, drop them all together. So wow, 4 Mutilates. GG much? Really wish I could show my hand. I guess we can tribute here. Oh, he has the counter. He has the counter. Oh man. Not too worried about that. Oh wow. He has 2 counters. Alright. That's cool. Okay. So, anyways, I guess we can lose if he, like, just draws infinite counters. And Mutilate. That's actually a really sweet draw. We're gonna go ahead and play Liliana. Search for a swamp. And Messenger. And we can't lose. There's multiple different plays I can actually make next turn. I could pump the Dross Messenger, and then sack it to the Disciple to draw 10 cards and gain 10 life, and he takes 10, or 12 actually. Or I could just not do that and be a little safe about it. Actually, yeah, I kind of want to do that. It's fun. Whee! Maybe he'll scoop if he sees that I'm drawing 10 cards and gaining 10 life. Yeah, okay, so he scoops. It's like Sphinx's Rev, but better. Well, since we know he's Bant, I think I'm okay with taking out a couple of these spot removal spells. Maybe. Actually, no, I'm gonna leave these in for the mana dorks. Yeah. There's not really any changes that I want to make. Pithing Needle's dead in this matchup. Murder's just strictly worse than Doomblade, which we aren't playing anyways. Dross Messenger is slow. Underworld Connection, I mean, that's a possibility. Would have been good in that situation since we had like a ton of, removal, but I mean, you know, how often are you going to draw 4 Mutilates in your top 15 cards? so I actually, yeah, I like this hand. I mean, we have a tribute. So it's not the worst. We have a tribute. We can draw on a bunch of cards with Disciple and Desecration Demon. As long as we live that, live that long. This could be bad because he just played that instead of playing an Hexproof dude and starting to put a bunch of enchantments on it. Yep, there is the Rancor. So we're going to go ahead and take Spectral Flight. At least we'll be able to play Mutavault and block the Geist if he makes that play. So here, I just have to take the Spectral Flight instead of the Rancor. So it's unfortunate, but gotta be done. I mean, we're setting ourselves pretty far behind here, but I don't think there's any other way around it. So it looks like he is up for making that trade. Oh, did he draw another one? Wow. Nice draw there. Yep. I don't think we can win. Yeah. Well, unfortunately, we cannot win. Yeah. Alright. Well, that is the 8-man video, and that is also on a example of how this matchup goes sometimes. So, yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll hopefully post a better 8-man video after this, or a daily event. Alright, thank you.